Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Sorry about that. Let me bring that music down a little bit. A little too loud for the lifers. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself crypto lifers and jumping on into the live stream. Really crucial on this level. I saw it last night. I think even my birthday, I did not like the levels. Was a little too high for me. Make sure everything's cooking the way I want it to be here. Check 1 2 1 2. Don't want to go too far into the red. Hold up. Check 1 2 1 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself crypto lifers, being a part of the live stream, kicking it with me today. We're going to break down Bitcoin. Just broke a crucial level. That's what the thumbnail said. Crucial levels, baby. 41,964. We just did break 42K. If you were kicking it with me this for the last few days in my trading group, we called last night. We were talking about the fact that Bitcoin was in a rising wedge, like so. Remember, we were also in this. We're in this kind of ascending triangle that had broken out a few times and back into the pattern. Had broken out, come back to retest. Now this rising wedge is going to break down. We called that breakdown. Then we saw this falling wedge flag, and we took the length of this pole, suggested that we would break to the upside and get to the measured move at 43,300. And we went exactly to the measured move. Both of these exact things occurred as planned, okay? Took profits at the measured move. And then I said, you know, Sunday night into Monday is heavy volatility. I said, it's good to not even trade on these days. You know what I'm saying? I saw an XRP price prediction at 2025. One thing, let me just check these levels. I got to. 2025. One thing, let me just check these levels. I got to. 2025. One thing. All right, seems legit. Just want to make sure we're good to go. All right. Still a little loud on the music. Let me bring that music mix down. Okay. Yes, I'm definitely louder than the music now. Sounds good, brother. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, man. We in a new trend. I mean, this is the thing. Look at this. Yes, we are in a new trend. Like, we were doing this beautiful uptrend, and we had a nice run to the upside. We really did. But, you know, that run ended right here at 48,000 when that daily came collapsing down. Now, the daily has reset, but it's taking vengeance, and it hasn't found its specific point of, you know, foundational support yet. You know, I believe we're at weekly, and we're going to talk about the weekly candle now. Let's break down. Let's talk about Bitcoin and the weekly. Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. See how much I can. Whew. It's a good workout every day, every week, you know. Shout out to everybody here in Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. If you haven't seen me do that before, well, you just saw me do it now. Hope you're used to it by now. Bitcoin in the weekly candle close, for sure. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and this weekly candle. What a shame. No, because it's not a great candle, right? It's horrible. It's, ugh. No, I'm not kissing that candle. I'll blow that candle away. Blow it. Blow it right off the screen. Never did that before. I gotta suck it back now. All right, here we go. All right, let's keep it moving. I bet you've never seen that. I've never done that. That was pretty interesting. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Blow it out. Blow out the candle, man. Monday will be pump day, not financial advice. LOL. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here in the weekly candle close, shall we? It opened at 46,420. The high was 47,200. The low was 41,800. And the candle would close at 42,165. It would go down $4,256. Nasty candle from the high. I mean, that's horrible, really. I mean, from the open to the close, it was a 10% loss for Bitcoin. I mean, it was a horrible week, really. Bad week for the first week of April. And April is notoriously a good week for Bitcoin, regularly. Could this be the change in tide that we see here? Okay. Also, what I kept going over was here, we had very nice support at 43,000 on the weekly, as these two candles had not closed below that level, and we had also bounced there. Thought it was highly likely the weekly would take its support at 43K. In the last, 2 hours, it's decided on a Sunday night to destroy all hopes of holding 43,000. Next big weekly support is 41,250. Look at it, it's right there clearly. And then we can come on down to 37 and to 36,000. One thing that I do have to say here on the weekly, does Bitcoin come and challenge the 200-day moving average? I've seen it happen before. Could we bounce there for our final move to the downside? That would give us our bottom for sure. Like, that would basically solidify the fact. Another good thing, though, to tell everybody is usually the 200-day on the weekly, we have never gone lower than that. We haven't been lower than it since January 21st of 2019. A little bit on the wick there on the pandemic, but that's just on a nasty wick when the whole world was about to end. So, the lowest I see Bitcoin going is 20. Look, because it's going to take time to get there, and this will get dragged up a little bit. Even right now, 26,000 is the lowest Bitcoin could be going. In my humble opinion, that's the greatest risk-adverse asset in the world. Something that could go to 400,000 to 4 million in the next 10 years, as compared, and right now it's only sitting at these levels at about 26,500. So definitely something to think about. It's definitely on the radar for me. And I keep accumulating Bitcoin in these zones, even though I believe we could get it lower, and that's why I buy 500 here, 500 there, 500 here, 500 there, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. Just keep opening it up. And then I keep a boatload down here. And when we get into the nasty, when it gets real scary, I'm getting in. I'm getting in more and more and more when it gets real scary. So shout out to anyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, kicking it with me. 41,950. Don't be scared. Don't be worried. We're going to take a look at what the bigger picture looks like, and we're going to break it down every single day. So look, if we break this level here, if we break 41,000, really, that's going to be it for me. Highly likely we're going to come back down and test this mini zone here at 39,840K, and then we're coming back down to the 37,500 and the $35,000 level, okay? Last level of support is 31,600 really on the weekly, all right? I have kept looking at this 3-month chart. And, I mean, when you look at the 3-month chart and we delete all the work we've just done and we look at the 3-month, I mean, the last 3-month chart just closed. We have 2 months and 20 days till this month candle closes. So a lot can happen. Honestly, a lot can happen. We did get wick down. I mean, that's a horrible wick down to the downside there. But, again, we have not had a candle close in over a year below $35,000. So, that is our next support, though. So we could definitely test 35K. I wouldn't surprise. We could double bottom there. Anything could happen. And again, this is the 3-month chart. I've not played with the 3-month chart a lot in my life, so it's not like I have tons and tons and tons and tons of experience on the 3-month chart. All right. So there you have Bitcoin on the 3-month. There's our 2-week as well. There's our 2-week as well. Now, the 2-week actually looks quite scrumptious when we look at it, what we're doing here. When we really look at it. Honestly, I've been doing something like this as well for the 2-week. And to me, we're sitting beautifully pretty. It looks like we could come back down and test 38,000, and there would be nothing wrong with that. That would just be the bottom of this channel to the down, and then we could end up making a nice move back to the upside. So when I look at it, nice and easy, calmly, we could bounce, and then this thing could fly. And that projects a pretty big number for Bitcoin. All right? I'm not guaranteeing this. I'm just showing you all the open roads the technical analysis could go on. And this is one of them. This is definitely one of them. All right? This is one of them. That's a level there of $105,000 Bitcoin, $100,000 Bitcoin. I mean, that's what everybody wants. Bearish times, bearish tones, like could this be something we're seeing here? Let's look at the worst case scenarios so we're open-minded at all times. Could this be a left shoulder? Could this be a head? And could this be a right shoulder for Bitcoin? And are we starting to see some bearish tones? If that is the case, I'm just, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just playing with these ideas. Yeah, $17,000, $14,000 Bitcoin. Do we come back and test the previous high here at 20K? Anything is possible, everybody. Always be open-minded. Why don't I believe that could happen? Well, we do have what's called hidden bullish divergence. We have swing up to swing up here. We have swing down to swing down on the 2-week chart. Tells us that it's highly likely the trend will continue to the upside, and we're getting this loop here on the 2-week. It's a very strong sign on the 2-week chart that Bitcoin will continue to the upside. Also, you can just put it in this channel, and it suggests that, again, like we went down, up, down, we come back up. And honestly, this could be what we're doing right now. All right. This could be something that we're seeing. All right. So I want to put this on the radar as well. This could be what is possibly coming on right now. All right. This definitely could be something we're looking at. And that could propel us to back, look, $123,000 Bitcoin. That's big bone style. That's big. That's huge. So, and Bitcoin could go all the way back up to 64 and all the way back down to 41. We could be on a road of, trading alts, selling alts off, trading alts. This would be amazing. Happy belated brother. Thank you, Produce the Gains, for the $9.99, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much respect to you and yours. Haven't seen it come across the screen. Let me wait a second for it to come across. Make sure that I got everything working right here. Now, I want to make sure the alerts are on, because do I not see it yet? Or did it come across already? No, there it is. Yeah. Produce the beats. Bang, bang, bang. And then the tips come in and they fall into the tip jar. Much respect to you and yours. Thank you so much. Look at the balls. Boom. Ooh, wasn't that? Okay. So this is an idea here for Bitcoin. And you know what? We have a secondary higher low. All is well. I mean, Bitcoin could bounce off any of these zones, and this would still be completely nothing wrong with it. Actually, right where we're at on the 2-week, let's take a look at this, because I didn't take a look at 2-week. But look, 2-week resistance, we're right there. So we're at a 2-week SR flip. Resistance was right there at 42K, and we're bouncing on the 2-week. 2-week suggests that this is our initial bounce back, but we shall see. Only time can tell. Only time can tell. Hola, Lifer. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. My birthday was yesterday. Thank you, everybody. I turned 39 years old, 39 years young, ready to kick some butt, ready to go. Can't believe I hit 39 years old. Also, the weekly, finally getting a bearish cross, something that we were talking about for a while, something that I kept, saying, hey, are we going to get a cross here? And we did. That's not the greatest sign in the world. Honestly, that could give us a pullback for a while. And honestly, we could, everyone wants to know. I mean, could we go into a multi-year bear market? And there's a chance. There's a chance. We'll make money no matter what. My trading group will be fine. We'll make money no matter what the market gives us. Because we're the ones waiting for everyone else to lose money to. They're going to lose money to us because we're the ones paying attention, working the hardest. So if you're ready to lose money and you're not working your butt off, then definitely learn to trade and go join a trading group that doesn't keep you on 24/7 ready to rock. We're ready to devour that trading group. My trading group is ready to devour you. So jump on in. I can't wait. My reversal spotter sent a buy signal on the 15-minute ago on the 15-minute chart. Thank you for saying that. Confess to my folks about my past with certain substances in my past. Personal win. What life is about. Peace and love to you all. You're not alone. Wow. I mean, I hope it was okay and everything worked out for you, man. It is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so the 1-week chart for Bitcoin starting a bearish cross here. Last time we saw one of those, we had a slight pullback. So it does mean that we're getting a bit of a pullback here. Also, what I didn't like to see is the 21 crossing below the 50-day moving average. That's a bearish cross here. The last time you saw something like that was right there, right? Not a good sign. Right there, right before the pandemic dump. So usually it can actually prevail or foreshadow a dump of sorts right now. Bitcoin battling back on 42,000, holding it well, I don't foresee any reason for the US dollar getting stronger. Lifer just showed us it could go to 17K, worst case scenario. Let's go. The way you help the students showing by the way you're speaking, which also boosts us to do more. Thank you for your for the 3 What? Thank you. You guys deleted that, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. That was out of control. Okay. Appreciate that. And hide him too, though. Hold on. Let me get this guy hidden here. Hide them out. Hide every last one of them. Not only delete his message, but I want to hide this user on our channel. I don't want to ever see him again. Shout out to everybody here on the chat. Thank you for jumping on in. USD Limited showing bearish div coming into resistance. We'll take a look at that. Keeping positive, folks. Shout out to Grace Protocol. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I don't foresee any reason. Live just showed us it could go to 17K. It's possible. 17K, where do people get these numbers from? I just gave you a measured move of a possible head and shoulder. I didn't tell you any guaranteed move at all. I gave you the measured move of a possible head and shoulder. That's all I'm giving you. I'm just showing you what the TA gives you, man. I don't give you anything more or anything less, you know. If Bitcoin pumps, it's awesome. If it dumps, I'm buying. I'm the same way, my man. I'm the same way. Love you guys. Shout out to Anku, Kutsi, Butsu, my man. Nothing like your value reserve on your shoulders. Shout out to everybody here. So let's get back into the daily chart for Bitcoin. The daily is extremely oversold and wants to make a bit of a move here. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the daily chart. All right. 21 pressing up on that 200. Wants to get a bit of a cross. I would like to see a bit of a cross there for BTC. Let's take a look at it. This is what I'm suggesting is possible here for BTC. A break of this support zone would be beautiful. We can't seem, you know, we dabbled with this area for too long, had too much resistance, broke. That was supposed to be beautiful support, however, was not. Now we're at this support zone, all right? And we look at it here. You can see this candle close right here at $42,000. We talked about if this level would break, we would definitely come and bounce off this level. We are now tweezer bottoming. What is a tweezer bottom? When you have two wicks together of the same type. That's a buy signal for me on the daily. The daily is extremely low as well. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour has legs, though. Sad to say. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Hopefully the 1 hour can stop that zone. 1 hour does want to pause the movement here. And I know this is crazy, and I've seen this play out, but that's like a swing to the downside. It's slight. This is more of a swing to the upside. That is bullish divergence. It's ugly, but it is bullish divergence. It could bring us back to the upside. Now I'm looking at this new channel here. I'm just experimenting with the idea that we may have fallen out, hit the tops, bounced, because you can see how we respected this trend, right? So we were making a new trend up here, and we were trying to establish. We could not. We fell back down below. These are also Fibonacci bands. If you played with them before, this get rejected by this zone, got rejected by the zone again. You could say came back down. Now it's coming here. I wouldn't be surprised if we came to 41,000, even wick to 40,800. They usually, once they get you to the psychological level of 40K, highly likely they wick you down a little bit and get the movement back up before they make our move out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 40,200 even on the lows. Anything, the lower they can get you, However, let's watch to see what's happening here on the 15. The 50-minute is a reversal time frame. It's the most sensitive time frame. It's where you will see a pretty much a bounce off of a smaller version of divergence. We do see small bullish divergence forming here. You're going to have to see that for your initial move. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. Doesn't have to play out, but it does suggest that you did get your bounce there. That was liquidations of the other they got it low. People thought they could long. They got in. They all put stop losses here. Then they bring it up. They get people to long, and then they crush. And that's basically a pattern of the market maker, and then it makes this bullish divergence. So the bullish divergence is the liquidations, and Danny has explained that to me. It makes perfect sense. I've sat on that with my subconscious mind, and it's flipped it both. So there you go. And Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is bullish right now on the 15-minute. Suggest it could get a move back to the upside here. Bit of a V-shaped recovery in order is possible. Market structure that we had going, we had something going here. It was ugly, but we had a channel here going. Can Bitcoin break back in, or will we get a bearish retest off the bottom of this channel back to the downside? That's what we're looking at now. That's kind of going to be our cycle, your area of support and resistance. Also, it is a level of, right there is our last previous resistance zone. right there. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We should have bounced. We did not. We fell through it. Another rising wedge that broke to the downside, everybody. Another rising wedge that broke to the downside. Even started with this smaller rising wedge. Basically, this all started with this type right here. Look, if you went to a smaller time frame, even this was a rising wedge that broke to the downside. If you zoom into like the 5 minute, and you'll see that? And this is how it started. I mean, bearish pattern. That was an ominous pattern right there on the 5, explaining to you. Yep. You also had bearish divergence. Look, you had swing up to swing up on the highs here. Look, swing up to swing up goes to the upside. But here on the RSI, it did not. That was telling you something was brewing. You were going to have a drop, and bang, even the 5 minute was able to teach you that you were going to have a drop in Bitcoin to the downside. 5 minute bearish divergence. Learn your divergences, use it on multiple time frames. Look, now you have a bit of exaggerated bullish divergence. You have a flatter kind of down, even downtrend there, and then you have an extended uptrend. Just like the bearish divergence hit here, you now have bullish divergence on the bottom that does want to push you back to the upside. Let's see what happens. You know, all eyes on this area on the 5 minute. You need to break 5 minute resistance at 42,400. You don't break above 42,400, expect more downside. It's simple as that. You don't break 42,400, expect more downside. All right? I can't be any more plain as that. You don't break 42,400, expect more downside. Where? All the way back to the level we just discussed, right? And possibly a wick to the psychological level there at 40,250. I wouldn't be surprised. So stay tuned for a volatile ride. It's Sunday night into Monday morning every single week. This tends to be the most volatile night of the week. Worst night to trade, I tether up usually Saturday night once I start making some gains. If I make gains on Thursday, Sunday, I start thinking. Thursday night, I'm thinking of that Sunday night. Saturday night, I'm thinking of that Sunday night. And as it starts coming in, I'm realizing, it's time to stack those gains and don't leave yourself exposed. So it's not good to stay exposed. Make sure you're keeping yourself, tethered up. Again, I can't be your financial advisor. Nothing I do and say here, I will never trade for you. I won't take your funds. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Look at the words right here, not financial advice. But, I'm out here every single day, and I'll tell you what I do. I tether up. Sunday nights are rough. Every time, my friend. My brain wants to keep sucking all this information in. Love being here with you. A true blessing. Shout out to Grace Protocol in the game. Catching falling nice is risky. Yeah, I don't do it. What would happen if I only had 100 projects and not 18,000? Will this analysis be affected if new projects keep coming and stop people from buying Bitcoin? We always used to talk about that. Bitcoin will always be key, because those coins will always come and go, and Bitcoin always rips through them. And there's always a group of people that always don't care about those coins. Huge explosion coming after this dip. Hey, you never know. Anything could happen. I'm long 41,950, sir. Let's go. 45,000, then damp it. You're funny, man. I'm going to get into a swing trade. You do whatever makes you happy. I have to say, bro, first of all, happy late birthday, and thanks for all for going live. I usually just watch, but it just helps looking at tokens I normally don't look at. Hey, man, whatever makes you happy, my friend. HNS on the high time frame usually don't play out. Hey, nothing. You never know. Anything could happen. People haven't seen the weekly chart before, it seems. Haha. How can you not understand 2025 Bitcoin in major time frames? 98% ERA Bitcoin Supreme Todos. I think you're right, but who knows? All right. And let's get that lemon water chugging. I was saying to my wife, the day after your birthday is such a sad day. Your birthday's over and it's done. We're going to take a look at the Dow too. We're going to take a look at Dow futures, take a look at the markets, the dollar. And yes, I drink honey out of a jar every single day on this live stream. Get used to it. Be Well Honey from 54 Macquon Street, Pembroke, Mass. Be well. Have honey every single day. Be well. Okay, so we're going to watch this bullish divergence here on the 5 minute for Bitcoin. We're going to watch this 1 hour. Hopefully it can stop the carnage and get us back to the upside. We're also going to look at this. We're going to do our projection like we always do. Do we have a shoulder? Could this be a crazy head and a right shoulder again? We projected it last time. We were able to swing it. Can we swing it again? We're going to see if this is something that's possible. Anything is possible. Can we V-shape recovery back up? So far, we are getting wicked back up to the upside. You know what? 42K? You know what? A lot of fear. Let's look at the fear and greed index. Where are we at? I think it's time for me to buy some Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Is it time? Is it time? I believe it is. It's time to buy some Bitcoin. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. Thank you so much for that super chat. I just saw fly across the screen. Crypto Rich, my dude, for the $19.99 $20 super chat from my man, Crypto Rich. Much respect to you and yours. Fear and Greed Index. Look at it. Sitting at 32. That's good enough here. I'd like it even more. I don't get into the thousands yet. My buys get into the thousands when we get into the really shaded area. That's when I really open up. Right now, I'm just nibbling. I'm just having an hors d'oeuvre or two. Yo, hit that like, folks. Sam is showing you the love. Appreciate it. Come on, baby. Hit that like button for my broski. Shout out to everybody here. Blockchain Brawler, K-Dub, my man. Shout out to everybody here. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly, humbly, most lovely, thankfully, really likely, love it if you did hit that like button tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Here, and I'm gonna buy Bitcoin live. No one else does this. I'm gonna buy Bitcoin live on camera. $500 worth of Bitcoin right here at 42,268. We're gonna gobble it up right there on that low daily and that low 2-week chart as well. Also, the 3-month chart. We're gonna take a gobble at 42,269, and we're gonna gobble up some Bitcoin right there. $500 worth of Bitcoin gobbled up. Look at that. You saw me hit that confirm button. Yep. And I did this on 3 commas, the best site to buy. Look, I'm just keep gobbling up Bitcoin. I did it at 4:30 a.m. the other day. Wow. I was up at 4:30 a.m. buying Bitcoin. What was I doing? Hey, it was at 42K. I want to get as much as I can in these zones. It filled 99.9% of the order. And there I go. I just bought $499 worth of Bitcoin for BUSD too. And I just keep buying Bitcoin on the lowsies. I just keep buying Bitcoin on the low. I have a stash that I keep aside for it, specifically for Bitcoin. And then I just slowly grab it on the low. Little by little by little by little by little. Yeah, that's my deal. You do whatever makes you happy. That's what makes me extremely, extremely happy. All right. I put some shoes on here. Got me a little high. Let me see here. Is that just my weird... Oh, that's my weird hair tonight. Sorry. Just my hair very strange. Okay. I wanted to look like a Polish DJ. No, a UK DJ. Shout out to everybody here. I'm in the white t-shirt. Gotta lean back a little bit. I do not have boobies. It's the way I'm leaning over. My goodness, it makes me look like I got a set. In strangeness, it's a bit strange. Just bought a little Bitcoin with you. Shout out to Produce the Gains, man. Shout out to Produce the Gains, buying some Bitcoin there. The code... Reinstalling the program may fix this problem. Adobe Premiere Pro exec system error. Ooh, I've never seen that. That's a new one. Yikes. Okay. So look at the wickage that we just got in the buyback. I guess a lot of people like to buy Bitcoin with me up here. I mean, they got it at 41,800. I wish I had scooped that 41. Anytime Bitcoin goes into that 41 zone, I mean, woof, what a lovely scoop. But again, I mean, Bitcoin still could go lower here. I'm not sold yet on this 15-minute. 15-minute is looping. But the 4-hour has legs, man. The 4-hour still wants to come down on you. So we're not out of the woods yet at all. At all. And that's a bit bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour. You can put that candle, and that candle all inside. Bearish engulfing for sure. Let's see how we do here on the 1-hour. Can the 1-hour save us? The volatility is insane on a Sunday night. You might as well just go to bed. No, I'm just messing around, but the volatility is absolutely insane. I mean, that's what keeps people glued to the table, to the TV, to the tube. We got 325 people watching, 191 likes, because everyone wants to know what's happening in the Bitcoin dip. Most people aren't up. Look, all your favorite YouTubers, they went to bed tonight. They didn't show up, but we're here ready to go, plowing through, banging on them. Shout out to Crypto Rich for the $19.99 super chat. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for hitting me up. Wow, we got a lot of people in the chat. Chat is out of control. Very, very busy for a Sunday night on the chat. Check the fractal we drew in the 99 room. Rex Gordon, hey guys, what programs do you use for editing your old day job? Oh, I was on Adobe Premiere and Avid only. Avid was like the Premiere for like big TV stations, yeah. Isn't Michael Saylor about to deploy 150 million to load up? Tell him to let her rip. I mean, he keeps buying them. I can't even repeat that. Happy belated lifer. Appreciate all the lives, info, and knowledge. Overall, good vibes you provide. Much love. Shout out to Luis Morales, my man. Kevin Ash, if you have the blues, man, you were in the right place. Kevin Ash, man, we love you, brother. Sunday blues is a thing. Oh, yeah. Now, he's just saying that. I think Kevin's in a good spot, actually. I love you, Kevin. Hope everything's good. But if you have the blues, stay with us, man. Brace yourself for even worse candle this week. Cam, he's telling you, get ready. He's predicting. He's in mind. He knows exactly where Bitcoin's going. 28K. Thanks for answering my question, Lifer. Happy late birthday, Esmer, my man. Anytime. Happy birthday once again, brother. Much love. Crypto Rich 1999 for the double birthday whammy on the birthday weekend. Yes, loaded up long on KNC. My man. Wow, good for you. I don't trade weekends anymore. Lately, the weekends have been, low volume. There's really, low volume can hurt you. I traded into Friday night, and then I told everyone be cautious. This channel need to sub. Shout out to everybody here. We're headed back to 39K. I'm in Lynn right now. My man. Shout out to my man in Lynn, Mass. Okay, let's take a look at it. Was there any alt worth jumping on into? So, right now we're watching Bitcoin on the 15-minute and the 1 hour, bouncing back to the upside. That actually could give some love for trading on the altcoins tonight. However, I do not like to trade into Sunday night. All right? It's just not it's a rule of thumb for me. I don't like to open up a lot of trades Sunday night into Monday morning unless I see something that just looks so beautiful that I can't pass it up. We'll take a look at this. This has been booming. Honestly, this may be looking so beautiful that we can't pass it up. Thanks for being here tonight, bro. Shout out to D. Kennedy, my man. Every single time on the live, man. Anytime, my man. I'm not going to shy away in a Bitcoin dump. Actually, I love me a Bitcoin dump. It's actually my favorite time to go live because it makes sure I get to buy in front of everybody. And then for the next 10 years, people are like, that was the guy that bought every time Bitcoin went down. He went live and made sure to buy Bitcoin. Just so everyone knew. He's like, oh, there he is buying more Bitcoin. Look at that guy. Just in case you didn't know how much Bitcoin he bought. He bought more and more and more and more. Someone could tally up all the Bitcoin. I don't know how much it is, but it's probably a lot. 25K subs incoming. JASMY, please. Zill holding strong. Zilliqua is flagging out. We'll take a look at Zilliqua. My man, in GoMe 2, which is the new GoFundMe, right? Go Money 2. This thing looks like it could be blasting up to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here. Getting tight, double bottoming, and it's showing signs of strength. After that bounce, it didn't dump too bad. What I love about the Bitcoin dumps is you can just go and watch the altcoins and see what altcoins don't have a dump. Whatever altcoins look strong, like OPUL's been strong, we're going to take a look at it. EXRD's been strong, we're going to take a look at it. EXRD recently went from 12 to 14, 15, 16. Is now sitting back at 1388. A lot of these coins actually held pretty well compared to after that Bitcoin dip. So, I'm ready for a zombie apocalypse anytime, man. Steve, I'm ready with you, man. They're coming out of the ground, man. They're coming out of the ground. They're coming out of the caves. You know what I'm saying? From years of being down there. They're coming out of the caves. I don't know. 45% gains possibly coming here out of GoMe 2. I like what I'm seeing here. I do. Because it should have dumped. The rest of the market dumped. You have way less red candles than the rest of the market. It was on its way out. And then it got dragged back in. Lack of bearish momentum here on this MACD. That's like very small bearish hill there. Also, you see you got a bit of a cup with a handle. Let me show you. Cup and handle on the RSI. I'm not trying to say anything, but I am, right? Cup and handle here on the RSI. What do you think? Could it get you going? Could it get you flowing? Could it get you never knowing? Let's see where that could pop to the upside. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is ready to go as well. I like when the 4 hour and the 1 hour are both low. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily has some momentum to keep coming, but it's getting close to that 21. It could flip for you. There's a chance this SR flip does play out. I'll be watching this tonight very, very closely. High risk, high reward though tonight. Any trade is high risk, high reward. Like, it's very risky to trade tonight. You no pride at all if you decide to pack it in tonight and say, you know what, I'm gonna go watch reruns of The Simpsons and write down every time they predicted when something happened, and then I'm just gonna go to bed. But yeah, that's a lot of people do that. I wouldn't be surprised if you did that tonight. $37.34. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are amazing people. I can eat tonight. Much appreciated to each and every one of you. Shout out to the 325 people and the 218 likes. Much respect to you and yours. Much respect to you and yours. Let me fix that ticker. Power. Looks like a slight bullish divergence on GoMe 2 on the daily. Super chats are open. Send them in for a TA or deep dive. Yes. Shout out to my man with the. We're not going to cut your hair though. We're not going to cut your hair with the super chats, but we will give you super chat. I actually really like that though. Don't stop using that little barber thing. It looks really cool. I think it's awesome. I hope I didn't discourage you by making a joke there. I probably did, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't think anything discourages you. Your zeal or allegiance, you just keep it moving no matter what. You're the man. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everyone who, first week of Discord, everybody. We made it through our first week of Discord from the 1st to the 9th. Unbelievable. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Discord with me. Unreal. We nailed it. I'm super excited, super happy. Discord has been banging on them. I really like what we're seeing here for Discord. And I like what people were, it's just, I'm seeing a lot more movement, attention, behavior, everything, all put together. Every single thing, everyone seems to be really getting it in together. Super excited to see. Super excited to see. So shout out to everybody here. Much respect to you and yours. Love you all. Love you all. Okay. Yeah, that's better for me, I guess. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Oop, that gets a little hot. See, why don't we get that hot? Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Mike Jordan NFT coming to XRP. I saw that. My mom told me the characters on the General Hospital had to buy crypto. I have lost fidelity in my wife, ETH. She is sleeping in bed with too many after the merge. We're finished. Hey, man, it's up to you. You got to do what makes you happy, man. You and Jason Casper falling in love with ETH too much, man. Shout out to Jason Casper. Love you, brother. Hope everything's going well. If you're out there in the wilderness doing your thing, much respect to you and yours. And Go Me Too could plow ahead and continue to bang on them. Let's look what's hot tonight and what's not. Lawn token lawn, which is interesting. Like, I don't even know what it is. Token lawn token. Down at its bottom, completely banged on them, right? Came out not too long ago, December 31st. It could have found its bottom here with its first higher low in a long time. Cup and handling here on the 2 hour. Look at this. Channeling a flag here. You could see this do damage tonight because it's like so little, no one cares. Only the people that know about it or that can even see this happening even pay attention. Actually even has a trend line like this. Wow, this thing's trying to break out as we speak in the next like few minutes. Sorry, that was the 12 hour, not the 2 hour. Look at this thing on the 1 hour. Possible scalp here coming for long. It's that simple, man. I'm looking at it. Possible scalp coming for long. You got to do your own research and figure it out. Put your support and resistance lines. Get your risk reward ratio. See what you're doing. You grab this long tool. This long tool gives you a risk reward ratio. So you can see like where you would be going and where you would have to possibly put a stop loss to protect it. And then you can see where the risk should be. To me, for when I trade, it has to be a 3-to-1 or better, or I'm not taking the trade. I was watching the True Trading, those guys over there. They're like a stock group. I've always been a little weary of them, but I'm watching them the other day. Just, I'm like, what is another trading group when they're talking? And he's like, make sure, all your trades are 2-to-1 or better. Like 1-to-1's not going to cut it. Like it's got to be a 2-to-1. And I was like, dude, I would never take a 2-to-1. I was like, that's the worst advice I would ever give somebody in my life. I'm like, first of all, I wouldn't give anybody financial advice, but even just trading ideas and strategies, like going over trading ideas and strategies, like has to be a 3-to-1, like has to be a 3-to-1. You cannot do a 2-to-1, my friends. You cannot do a 2-to-1. Must be a 3-to-1. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got legs tonight just because it's so little. Nobody knows about it. I don't hold any of it, but the 15-minute and the 1 hour both want to bounce. However, it's all about Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to dump, anything could happen. And this is just speculative. And this is a very small coin on KuCoin with high risk, high risk, high risk. But it has low Stokes on the 1 hour and the 15-minute, and there's levels here. There's levels here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, every single day here, I show you how I trade every single day, teach you the methods of my madness, teach you what I'm doing, teach you how to make support and resistance, teach you what all the Fibonacci lines are, break it down. Can you check out Luna, bro? We'll take a look at Luna from D. Kennedy. You can send in a super chat. We can deep dive any coin. We can go over the fundamentals, the basics, the deeps, whatever you want. We can break it down. Let us know what you want to do. Send in a super chat. Have some fun. Jump on and interact with the show. Become a part of the show. Your super chat puts you in the driver's seat to take the show where you want to take it. Jump on in with each and every one of us. So look, we thought UBIX could break out on us. It did not. It dumped to the downside. But now look, it's forming just another wedge. You got to be versatile. Switch it up. Change it up. Getting ready for tightness now. Getting ready for tightness. Look at that. And this thing could do numbers. That's a bit of a cup and handle there for UBIX. Watching it now. After it got dumped, you want to see, does it make a higher low? Is it holding? Also, after a Bitcoin dump, easy thing to do. Go to CoinMarketCap, all right? Run to CoinMarketCap real quick. Take a look at what's strong. Go to 24 hours and hit that button. It's going to refresh the page to show you what coins are hot right now. Look at ApeCoin is up 6%. Doge is up still. Una said, Leo, don't worry about that. That's like repaying people for Bitfinex. I wouldn't stress that. But Airweave, I would look at that, right? Zilliqua, right? So these are tokens you're going to want to pay attention to. Monero, and then the rest are stable coins. You know, last week, remember, Bitcoin dumped nastily and everything was still strong. But look, KuCoin shares is still strong. AMP, Kava, we've been talking about Kava Swap. You know, Kronos is always holding it down. You know, it's the name of a giant, you know, stadium. Solana, up $100. As long as it's up above 100, I love Solana. FTX rolls with Solana. That's Alameda, Sam Bankman-Fried, up $45. You got to understand what's happening. Bora Segura, we were talking about that the other day. Bora banging on them. XRP, still holding above that 70-cent region. And Quant, 120. Once it hit above 110, it was really holding its own. So, Cadena also did bottom at 6, seemed to came all the way back down to its bottom again. Can it bounce off that double, man? Cadena, been playing games. They've been VCs have been using it to mark up for other coins or something. Mana is also a strong coin in the game, but now we can stop there. So now we focus. Clayton's been hot, you know, but we focus on ApeCoin. We focus on Neutrino, USDN. Actually, that should be a stable coin that lost its peg. I wouldn't worry about that either. We're going to look at Zilliqua tonight. And so, you know, tonight in Steppen, you know, and you don't have to push it too much. You know, you see what coins are looking hot. Look, I've been trading Fort Knoxter recently. It's been trading pretty bullishly, on and off, you know. Let's take a look at it, Fort Knoxter here on KuCoin. And look, this stayed in a flag, and honestly, when Bitcoin dumped, it didn't matter. Like, this thing really has been in the flag it's been in. It didn't care about Bitcoin's dump at all. Look at this on the 2-hour chart. And honestly, I know I'm making this confusing, so let me clean it up. But so I am like look, 2 days ago, Bitcoin dumped. I found Formation Phi. It was the strongest coin in the game. I said, this is, so now you know what coins are highly likely to pump to the upside based on what coins were strong. So look, the 1 hour came down. The 4 hour needs to come down though. So look, I don't jump into high 4 hours, but it's showing signs of life though. May even scalp that 1 hour. So watch this closely. The chance this thing breaks out on the 1 hour just for some movement here. Very tight moving averages, 200-day moving inside of the pattern. I like what I'm seeing here. 1 hour scalp is very, very possible. 47% gains, even just to the next resistance point, could give you some gains. I mean, interesting. I'm watching Fort Knoxter. It's on my radar for sure. One of the coins on my radar for tonight. One of the stronger coins compared to most of the others, you know. And it's still in an uptrend that hasn't been crushed by Bitcoin. A lot of coins just fell right out of their patterns. They've been depleted. They have to find market structure again. We got to rebuild, watch them. You know, they're just not ready. This thing, 14% for an extra 47 could bang on them. Could bang on them. So I'm watching Fort Knoxter. Last time we nailed it, we had this channel. We banged on them to the upside for a nice gain. Can we do it again? Can we do it again? We'll take a look. And if this is up to your standards, you have to figure out if this fits your trading style. You know, you got to learn technical analysis. If it fits then you got to put your support and resistance lines. You got to draw. And if the TA fits you, if the TA fits for you, then you jump on it. If the TA fits for you, but that's up to you. You know, no man can take a trade for you. No man or no woman, if you're a woman, no person can trade for you. No person can become you. Okay, you need to become yourself and trade. Trading is the epitome of knowing thyself. You know, do you have control over yourself? If not, you are going to lose all your money. It's very simple. If you do not have control and discipline and a system, trading is not for you. You're going to end up just burying yourself in debt. You know, probably margin trading yourself to zero, or, you know, and then what happens is people just think it's easy and they think it's a dream and they start leverage trading, and leverage trading is for dreamers and people that love to lose money. And most people leverage trade themselves to zero. If you want to be most people, please go ahead and do that. But if you don't want to be most people, join my trading group and change your life, right? Thousands of people, millions of people watch crypto YouTube every day, but I only have like 400 or 500 people in my trading group. That's a very small amount of people. Why? Because most people don't want to do the work. Most people don't want to get it in. And honestly, that's a blessing because only a small amount of people are successful traders. Why? Because only a small amount of people take the time to discipline themselves, to learn the knowledge, to really get deep into it. How many people really know the divergences like the back of their hand? I'm telling you, it's probably 0.000000001% of America. Nobody knows the divergences. It's very rare. So if you know divergences, it's going to separate you from the herd. You're going to be able to sell on people that don't understand what's going on with divergences. Every time you add another layer of information and knowledge to your repertoire, to your trading toolkit, you're going to be that much better and more equipped to be able to take money from the beginner traders that are just jumping into the market that are not using the proper tools. Okay. Trading is taking money from the impatient. The patient taking money from the impatient. That's what trading is. Let's take a look at OPUL. OPUL's been strong. Is it continuing to be strong? Let's take a look at our baby OPUL. OPUL was looking nice, sitting in the golden pocket. Look, it's sitting in the golden pocket right now. Bounced off my favorite fib of the 706 secret Fibonacci. Let's move my fib. Let's move OPUL. But unbelievable. Look at that. Fib doesn't want to move even though it's lit up. That's a glitch right there. Should be able to always move the fib, even left or right. And I want to move the whole thing too, not just like, I'm just going to delete it for now. We're going to move this. But OPUL's been on my radar, and look, it's still super tight. You get it? Like, it didn't lose the tightness that it was making. And that's the key. This is what you want to look for, things of this nature. Scary thing is, it could be forming like what looks like a descending triangle that could dump to the downside. However, it depends. Let's just look at the support and resistance and hope that it can hold these levels. So OPUL right now up there. Let's see here. Interesting. If I go deep, even like for a stop loss, 12%. And honestly, like, I'm about to do something like this. We did this last night. We found HYDRA. I don't know if you remember. If you were in my trading group last night, I was doing this exact thing, watching me on the live stream, and I was putting together something that looked scrumptious. A couple hours later, hit for 17% gains into the AM, into the morning, right? So OPUL, possible 49% gains, 12% stop loss. Anything could happen here, but I like my odds on OPUL. OPUL's been hot. I did this recently right here for OPUL, and it did this amazing move to the upside, banged on him. Then here it was in this pennant, banged on him to the upside. So OPUL's been producing, and honestly, look, resistance, 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 because look, we had resistance right here, resistance right in there, resistance, 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 bounce, bounce, bounce 3 times. That's a support and resistance flip. 200-day moving average getting tight. I like what I'm seeing here for OPUL. So again, it also didn't dump compared to the rest of the market. So it shows signs of strength compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it should have went din. OPUL should be back down here at 69. However, it's not. It's telling me that OPUL wants to do damage. It's telling me that the buyers, that whoever's holding OPUL doesn't want to sell OPUL. Telling me that OPUL is showing signs of strength. Sometimes a Bitcoin dump can be the easiest way to trade alts because it really just shows you what, like, there might only be 5 alts to trade that night because every other alt took a bang to the downside. Can you go over mini football, please? BSC coin been scalping it last week or so, but it keeps booming. Yeah, we'll take a look. We love mini football. What a great little meme coin to bang on them. One of the first meme coins we picked up on like months and months and months ago. I'm glad to hear that you were scalping on mini. We'll take a look at mini. That sounds exciting. Thank you for bringing that up. No, it's fun when new coins are coming out, little tiny little coins. And Bitcoin at 42,345, really battling that 42K area. Is that the bottom? Did we bottom at 42K? Anything is possible, my friends. I'm looking at OPUL very closely for a bang out, though. Moving averages are very tight. That's a sign for me, right? 200-day moving average. Moving through the pattern, okay? Moving through the bottom of the pattern specifically, okay? That's another sign for me, okay? That's something that you really want to watch out for. Right? Another thing is that it's tight. It's tight. It's getting tight in the wedge, you know? Very tight in the wedge. So, yes. I mean, OPUL is on my radar for sure. And it's on KuCoin. It's a gem. We've been watching it for the last week, too. We have its levels pretty mapped out. We can feel it out. This has been hot right here, Haven. And honestly, it's doing the thing that I've seen many of these coins do. You know, I remember when I first played this pattern, it's just a bigger top trending pattern into a smaller uptrending pattern, and it makes these tight little channels. These break out nicely. I remember I played Matic like this like months ago, and it was in one of these, and it banged on us to the upside. Here's another one. See, it's almost, this is actually a fractal of this. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. If you took this area here, and we grabbed some of this like this, and then we just made this bigger, you can see how it's very similar. See that? Let me open it up again and see, like, this is your uptrend here. This is that, and then like This is that down. There's the down. Then it comes back up. It squiggles. Look how much these are exact. Like, then it comes down, squiggles up, comes down again. You know, that's your bottom. This is that little hook right there. See that? If you open it up, this fractal is like spot on. Look at that. That's insane. Look at that. I mean, it basically matches it exactly. Like, we can make it a little bigger, and I think we can get even a better match. Look at that. That's insane. Look at this. Loop to loop, loop to loop. Even that loop matches. This loop doesn't match a little bit, but that loop and that loop match. That's crazy, right? So it just, you know, in history tends to repeat itself. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a move here coming out of Haven, okay? Not based on the fractal alone. You know, you can't just force a fractal into something that you want. That's one thing. I saw Eric Crown one day talking, and he's like, people just take a fractal and force a fractal. And 100% on that. Like, people just tried to draw a fractal and then create ideas like, oh, it's going to go that way because this looks like... No. But, you know, it's just a resonance idea, something that could replay through vibrational energy. You've seen it happen already inside the pattern. It's reshaping itself through the same kind of motion. And I could see this hill eventually looking like this hill one day, and that XCV being like somewhere up here into some massive gains. So Haven Protocol is on the radar right now. We've been playing it on and off. It's been more bullish than most coins. It's had its retracement. Let's take a look at a fib too as well. It looks like we're definitely sitting at a Fibonacci 618. Let's pull our fib from top to bottom here. And you can see, yeah, we're right there. We were in the golden pocket. We're bouncing on the 0.618 fib. This is interesting to me. 0.618 Fibonacci level, getting tight. Haven on the radar, right? Higher low in low, higher low, third higher low in a row. Didn't care about Bitcoin, didn't fall out of its pattern, didn't break its structure. This thing's looking hot to me. So Haven, for all the necessary purposes, honestly, we're getting better at doing this. We keep doing the same thing over and over again as a group. We watch Bitcoin dump, and then we search for the gold in the piles of trash, right? And it's not hard to find the gold because not many things are shining at this point, right? Not many things are shining at this point, and so that's, you know. So there you go, you know. And there you have it. Bitcoin could do serious, XHV could do serious damage here, and it's sitting at the 618 golden pocket. All right, it's bouncing off the 618. I mean, that's interesting. So Haven on my radar on the 1 hour as well. I'd watch Haven, XHV. Also, it's holding its own against Bitcoin, one of the greener coins on the moment. Also, it's still high risk, though. I have to give you. I'm giving you two different things, but it's still high risk, high reward to trade tonight based on Bitcoin and based on the Sunday night into the volatility that goes into Monday morning. All right. Remember, Asian markets just wake up right now. They start getting it in. It can throw off everything that's going down. Like this trade, ORBS did not play out. Banged on them. Did not play out. Got banged on them, you know. Would have traded it something like this with a stop loss. Actually, I think it did play out because it broke out. Then you would have sold when you got high in the Stokes, called it a day. So that trade actually did play out. Let's see how much you got. You know, 14%, maybe even 9%. Once you're up, you put that to break even, and you get stopped out of break even or not, you know. Once a trader, the smart thing to do is when I am trading to put it up to break even. I'm not telling you to put it up to break even. You got to do whatever makes you happy. I don't know what you do. Sudorusu, I like Sudo because it's based on privacy. All right, based on privacy. Cambria got close to the stop, hasn't hit it yet. Look at this, has not hit the stop yet. We could redraw this pattern. Let's see what's going on. Sad to say, it did break that beautiful trend line that it had formed, though. But Cambria's been hot. There's a chance it could actually keep moving here. It's getting held up by that bottom trend line. This thing just keeps plowing away. I wouldn't be surprised if it pumped another like 30% tonight just out of nowhere. 45%. It's one of the few coins that just keep banging no matter what. Clever was on my radar last night. I put it inside of this tight pennant. Look, it's in a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. Should break that neckline. Let's take a look at Clever. I actually have a right mind to kind of cut the head off and redesign this, something like that. And look at that. That's a breakout for Clever with a retest. Watch for Clever. Clever's about to move, in my humble opinion. 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. I put this out last night. It was on my radar as a hot coin, and honestly, it's the hottest coin right now, in my humble opinion. Highly likely to make a move based on what it's doing. Look at the inverted head and shoulder it's in. 68% chance of a break to the upside. This is Clever Finance. Clever Finance. Know nothing about the project truly besides its name. I know that it sits on KuCoin, and I know that it looks beautiful inside of this wedge. I don't own any, but it looks like I may jump in on this trade. I don't like to trade Sunday nights as well, but geez, Louise, oh my, this trade is just looking so strong compared to the rest of the market. I wouldn't be surprised. And look at that consolidated move there for Clever Finance. And that is a retest right now and moving. Watch Clever for a move to the upside. Watch Clever for a move. This thing is looking hot right now. It's giving me all those signs of life. Yeah, one of the strongest coins I can find tonight, you know? Definitely. Like, based on its technicals, solid. Clever Finance, looking clever to say the least, right? Just compared to the rest of the market, thing is looking sharp. Clever Finance, man. Clever. So watch Clever, and I don't over trade on nights like tonight, you know. XYO is on my radar. Look, we nailed it for 16% gains. That's why you got to sell. Look, you would have lost it all and more. Got to learn how to sell. Can't be hanging in these things forever. Swing B banged on them. It came all the way back down. Every coin banged on them. See, you want to find the uptrend coins. We're already on them. Really, there's not that many. EXRD did fall out. We wanted it to stay above, but let's redraw the pattern here. Let's see what's happening with EXRD. One thing about EXRD, look what it's doing though. It's forming higher lows continuously. Look. It's got this ascending triangle forming here. See if you can keep its zone up and do like a B Pro and bang out on this one to the upside, right? Super low on EXRD. Can it make a big move? This is kind of where things start to get funky. EXRD back all the way up to 29.30. That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. I hold a big old bag of this. I do disclose I hold bags of EXRD. I absolutely love EXRD. So definitely watch EXRD. Keep it on the radar. This thing can get all the way up to 30 cents from 13. On the daily chart, it's extremely low. I love the project too. Transactions per second, faster than Solana, faster than every coin in the game. Possible 125% gains coming out of EXRD. I do hold a huge bag of it. Of course, it would behoove me, but I love EXRD. It's a great project, and I believe it's going to be here for a while. All right. DMT too. This DMT Dimitria. That thing's been kind of trying to gain its bottom. When it bottoms, we'll try to figure it out. Right now, look at the daily with screaming bullish divergence. You got swing down to swing down. Look at this sharp swing up. That is screaming that's your bottom. I mean, if that's not a bottom, then divergence doesn't exist. So, like, we technically should be getting a bounce there. I'm going to leave this alone, though. That's messy for me. UBIX, I talked about UBIX being hot. Look, compared to the other coins, it didn't go red because it stayed in this flag. So Bitcoin could have dumped even harder. It did not. UBIX may be finding a bottom here. Shoulder, head, and a right shoulder there. I've seen these play out as inverted head and shoulders, even though they're kind of clamshell. Like they got a chubby kind of wide head. Doesn't look like it. Let's take a look at Luna and Sol. Look at this thing starting to move already long. Starting to get a little bit of a move there. See that? Bang. Already moved up a little bit there. So XHV we went over. Okay, look, TRIAS. TRIAS is also a strong coin. Look at it. It didn't dump below this line. And honestly, now it's flagging out. Look at this. Now we can form this into a flag, and it broke out, and it's retesting. I'd expect TRIAS to do some damage right now. Stronger than almost any coin in the game. Looking amazing. It's up hundreds of percent already and holding the zone. A lot of the other coins gave back what they made. TRIAS did not. TRIAS has been a solid project. Look at this cup and handle for TRIAS. Look, it's been going up. All the other coins just went all the way back down here or here. This thing stayed in a flag. 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. This is looking scrumptious. I would watch TRIAS tonight very, very closely. So I guess it's like a trader's dream tonight. It's high volatility, right? But again, it's like it's not a trader's dream, but it's a hardcore trader's dream. You know what I mean? It's like someone who really likes to get into the hardcore waves, likes to get thrashed around, likes to get beat up, but likes to try to win in the end. This is like a very it's a more professional trader's night. You know, it's a hardcore night to trade for sure. Be very careful. Be very careful. I am seeing some love in the charts, though. I am seeing some love in the charts. it's funny, you know, I don't force it. I just go with whatever the market gives me. Some nights I show up on this live and I cannot believe what the market's giving me. Like tonight, I expected trash, complete trash, and it's interesting to see what, you know, so it's not what I think. If I thought, it would just be whatever, but I see so much more going on in the charts than I even experienced or thought. TRIAS is on my radar. And honestly, like, to me, that's enough to watch. I got TRIAS, I got Clever Finance, I got Safe Haven, I got OPUL, I got FKX, I got Loan, and I got GOMI too. Like, and honestly, the strongest to me in the game right now is that KLV, Clever Finance. If I'm going to pick one, it's Clever Finance. I'm also going to take a look at HYDRA. HYDRA's been on my radar as well. I am in a HYDRA trade, just to make it very, very clear. But it's been holding its own so far. Look at this bullish divergence at that end. It's getting bottomed out. With the Bitcoin dump, it barely dumped too compared to the rest of the market. HYDRA has shown signs of strength. Daily's oversold. It's ready to go. That's a higher high. It's been holding now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. I'm in HYDRA with a 13% stop loss. I'm either going to lose 13% or I'm going to bang on them for 73% gain. So I'm watching HYDRA very closely. This is my trade. It may take a week. It may take 5 days. It may take 3 days. I don't know how long it will take. But that's my third higher low in a row on the daily. I got the MACD trying to make a move. I got a falling wedge on the RSI. I got the Stokes pointing up, and I'm ready to rock. And I like this trade. I've been in it for a while. I don't mind talking about it. I don't mind showing the trade. Here it is right here. Look, it's down 26 bucks. These are just my Bitcoin buy. I buy like 500 bucks at a time of Bitcoin. And then I threw 500 bucks at GME to hit the bottom. I did hit the bottom with the 5%. But I like where GME was at. Me and my friend had a bet. I was like, I bet that's the bottom. I actually kind of want to sell this, though, and put it into Bitcoin. But it was kind of more like a bet. And there's my HYDRA right there. See, my stop loss at 753, or I take profit at 14, and I'm down 26 bucks, 1.7%. I made the trade on 4.6. I've been in the trade 4 days already. I got patience. I got no problems with that, you know? I don't mind waiting out a trade. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. The likes keep us moving. I usually ask for that. I didn't today. I guess I got to do it. Lifer, do you want a pool like a swimming JW? No. Why? Why are you asking? Not at all, man. Too many trees, man. It would get full of, like, it would just, I'd have to clean it every 5 seconds. I think it's actually easier in times like these in a way because it's easier to spot a coin that's going against the grain. Exactly. I think I agree with you. Lately, I've been having like really, really good moves with this Bitcoin because it's been exposing exactly what trade I should be making that night. It's like making it really easy for me to pick the trade. I'm like, oh, well, there's the coin. Clever Finance. Like if tomorrow morning we wake up and Clever pangs on them and I'm on the live stream like Clever for the gains. I mean, it's obvious, right? I mean, it was like, yep. So look, we looked at Luna like this. Highly likely it was going to break out, go up 78%. 163 is my target for Luna. Honestly, Luna really didn't do much. It tried to break itself back in to the pattern. That's all it really did here. Daily is extremely low. I would just stay, like, to me, nothing changes. Measured move is the same. Price action is the same. We just move everything a little further away from price, give it some space to breathe there. Make sure my chart's neat. But yeah, I mean, I see Luna continuing. I don't see why it's not going to get to 162. It's only a matter of time. Yes, it got rejected by that high of 120. It's now below the $100 psychological level, but I mean, it'll get back to that all-time high and rip. To me, it's ready to go. Look at the daily with a higher low. So I'd watch Luna closely. I don't see why it won't continue to go up, you know. 4 hours getting overbought, though, that worries me. That could actually send you down a little bit. Let's see what the 1 hour does first, and we can go from there. Luna. Let's take a look at NIF, and let's take a look at NIF and Mana. Now, NIF, we had a low daily. Could have come through, but it wasn't a strong coin. Interesting. So we looked at NIF, highly like it was going to break out. They did the stop loss dip, and then they did break it out. Look, they brought it to my exact move, those 74% gains out of that. Now, as NIF is doing, it's above this support zone. Just the price action for NIF is so funny, right? But look at that. I mean, it's forming a very funky pattern. Low liquidity for NIF, though. It must be hard to get your order filled on this thing. Like, the way these candles look, it looks like it's just insanity. $16, though. Look at that. Look at the V on the 200-day. I've never even seen something like that. That's so weird. Like, the way the moving average is just, like, bent. But they're getting tight. 200-day moving average is moving through the bottom of the pattern. That's a bullish sign, you know. The daily got overbought, though. I'd watch out for that for NIF. You know, last time the daily was overbought, you got a nasty dump for NIF. Anything could happen. I'd watch the smaller time frames to see if it respects support and resistance, and if it does, it could keep moving. But I would abandon this coin compared to a lot of coins. I think there's way better out there, specifically for liquidity wise. Like it just, you know, it doesn't look like that order book is too thick, man. You know. Anyway, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm just telling you what I see in the order book there. It's not that strong. Okay. Man, I wanted it to break out of this cup and handle. The cup was small, but I would have, you know, Mana, man. But again, it didn't get enough buzz. Not enough people cared. And Mana did drop to the downside. Let's take a look at Mana now. What is it doing on the daily? Let's look at a big time frame. First thing you want to do is look at a bigger time frame. Let's pull a Fibonacci as well on Mana. And we got our fib now. We came back down to about this 0.618. And there's my secret fib, the 0.706. We're holding the level at the 0.706. Actually not too shabby with a first higher low in a while there for Mana. Wow, getting tight now. I hadn't seen this. And it's on a fib that we like. Finally exposed on that daily, right? Getting oversold, finally. A lot of coins weren't. What I did like, though, look how high I got on the daily. All it did is come in for its double bottom. It didn't come and break a low and decide to crash to the downside. This is a strong coin in the decentralized world when it comes to, you know, land, getting land in decentralized. So I would definitely support this project. I love this project. I think it's going to have legs long term. If Bitcoin maintains where it is and we can still go, then this coin can blast off to the upside. No reason why it cannot. So Mana, Decentraland, up 216% gains, possibly back to my level at $7. I'm calling a $7 Mana. I believe that's our bottom. Daily is low. Mana. Can you do it off of the 706? Anything is possible, though. I take it one day at a time. It could easily break this low and then dump to the downside. You never know. Always have a stop loss. Always be protected. You never know what's going to happen. Always tell yourself you never know what's going to happen. That way you never know. That way you'll behave that way, and you'll be pleasantly surprised when you react way better than you should have, because of, you know, preparing for the worst. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. I mean, my dad told me that all the time. I hope yours did as well. Look at IDEA. It looks like it finally bottomed. We talked about this 2 days ago. 2 days now, sitting at the bottom yet again. Daily does want to push up. I'm keep watching this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a quintuplet bottom for IDEA. Ideology. I like the coin a lot. Also gets pushed by token metrics. I would keep this on the radar. Ideology. All right. Let's look at mini football, Mirror and Soul. Let's look at Mirror and Soul before we jump on into the decentralized world. Mirror Protocol. Mirror on the wall. Who's the lover of them all? Look at this, Mirror Protocol. I would trade Mirror. Why? Mirror's hot now. Compared to the rest of the market, Mirror is holding its gain. So, makes me look like a genius, but, I mean, look, all you have to do is be like, what didn't dump tonight? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's holding 1%, 3% gains? What was hot? Stable coins. I mean, not stable. What was hot? You know, privacy coins were hot. So we're going to take a look at R. We're going to take a look at Monero. We're going to take a look at Darrow. To keep your mind primed and proper into what's hot. Being able to kind of be all on at all times. That's the key. My mind is always moving through the coins. As I'm working with my family, I took my family out throughout the city of Boston today. We had fun, you know, did the sightseeing thing, you know, balloons, all that. And, but, you know, at the same time, I had the iPad with me. I'm going through the charts. My wife put the kids on a carousel. I flipped the iPad out. I flipped my phone into the hotspot. I'm sitting there banging out charts, sitting there by myself on a park bench, just doing it. Bang, with the baby on one leg. Just got the baby on one leg. I got my iPad. Yo, the iPad Pro, you can get things done with the right tech at the right time. And I'm telling you, shout out to anyone that jumped into those, what I was looking at earlier today, and everyone in my trading group. Appreciate you. Mirror Protocol on KuCoin looks absolutely beautiful right here. Look at it's tight in the zone. The daily looks really nice, and it didn't drop on the daily. It's holding a good zone on the daily. This is very, very important, okay? So what I did is I come on and I find all the strong coins compared to Bitcoin. Highly likely of these 10 coins, like 6 or 7 of them are going to pump tonight. Anything is possible. We don't know, but the probability is there. You find the coins with the highest probability and you trade them. There's really nothing else you can do as a human being. Think about it. No human knows more than you. Either they're traded a bot on an algorithm, or they're using some type of system that they've learned from someone else, or they're going nilly-willy and they have no idea what they're doing. So, like, either it's one of those three, right? Now, my system is based off bot trading. So we trade with bots because everything I do is the measured move, and it all comes from algorithmic trading. So all my system is based off algorithmic Fibonacci levels. Like, I don't leave a level that I'm not supposed to. Everything is based on the math. That's how the bot works. So when you trade with me, you trade with the bots. You see what the market maker's doing. And also, we have other tricks and tips that we figured out just from trading on our own for so long. We're able to kind of feel out this market a little more. All right? Keep coming back, everybody. Keep coming to the live stream. We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there. Let's take a look at Solana. We looked at Luna. Let's look at Sol. Shout out to D. Kennedy, my man, all the way from, and how could I forget? Coral Beach, right? Not Coral Beach. Why am I saying? Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm like getting my mind's wrong. Coral. No, it's not Coral Beach. What is it? It's where they see. I'm drawing a blank. All the way from Cocoa Beach. Yeah, there you go. I get my all the way from Cocoa Beach. D. Kennedy, where the spaceships fly out the sky. Look at Solana in this beautiful cup and handle, ready to do damage. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Solana in the next couple weeks banging on them back up 49% gains to 169 for Solana. So watch it closely, see what it does, see what it do. But Solana, man, I wouldn't be surprised. Look at that cup and handle for Solana on the daily, long-term idea for Solana. Just what it has to do is just has to stay above like $100. Like, if it keeps above 100 in the next 4 or 5 days, it's likely going to 169. It's pretty simple of an idea. And that's Solana on the daily time frame. The daily is a good time frame. It's a big time frame. It's going to give you a bigger gains. Longer trades, going to take you longer to make the gains, but they're going to be there. They're going to be solid gains. So Krill, we talked about Krill banging out on the daily. It did, and it didn't give it all back for once. It actually boomed out and boomed back a little bit. However, watch that daily. That daily's coming on down. I'd be careful for Krill. You got live signals in Discord. Thank you. We are not a signals group. What we do is we show you all the charts that are highly likely to play out. We go over setup after setup. I treat you. Signals groups are for I think, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to be negative, but I don't run a signals group. All right? If you join my Discord, you get access to the lifer charts. Honestly, man, you get access to a guy that works harder than anyone you've ever met when it comes to TA. I'm here every single day. I work 14, 16 hours a day. I'm going to know more about the charts than anybody else. If you want to know what I know, I suggest you jump on into the Discord. I've already proven myself every single day here. I don't really need to do it again. Just keep coming to the show every single time. Last night, before I went to bed, I said, watch Bitcoin is highly likely to break out of a falling wedge. I also teach, you want signals, man? Signals are for just whatever. Like, I'm teaching you every single day how so you can trade Bitcoin on your own. I'm making video updates. I'm talking about stuff. I'm up since 7, 8, 9 in the morning banging on them. Like, I don't stop. I'm making video updates, explaining what's happening in the market. Look, this is me last night at 10:55 p.m. And I show you like this. If we grab this, and I'm like, yo, like the rising wedge needs to break higher for the bulls. 68% chance the measured move, we go down there. We wiggled all the way down. We wicked to right there. Like, we nailed the measured move. So last night we predicted it perfectly. We woke up the next morning. You had basically Bitcoin given to you I'm basically one of the most accurate Bitcoin like analysts in the game. I go over it every other hour, every 2 hours, constantly. I take a 5-hour break, 10-hour, 6-hour break to go to sleep, and then I'm back on it again. You can see Bitcoin came down out of the channel as I suggested. I made 2 Bitcoin updates this morning, right? We talked about HYDRA network last night, breaking out 17%. It hit the exact target. I don't call them signals, but I find basically where the money's flowing in any single moment in the market and bang on them for you. Now, they took Exia coin off. I talked about a stack. I went over this like a week or two ago. They took Exia chain, they delisted it off of KuCoin. Yeah. It got delisted. We all went over that as a group though. That just probably was the day you missed one of the lives, or maybe, you were probably charting so hard in the group. You were just charting so hard, you just didn't see it because you were in so many other coins because you were working so hard. That's the only thing, Way too many trees, 1,500 a summer for a few times worth of use. My man. Actually getting rid of my pool this week. Way too many trees, 1,500 a summer for a few times worth of use. It's funny, man.
Can't have nice pumps without a little dumpy dump. We banging on it. We banging on it. We banging it out 24/7. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I think it actually easier. Yeah, it is. It can be produced to gains. I actually 100% agree with you. You know, 100% agree with you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 290. Why are we losing the viewers? Let's get the viewers up, not the viewers down, baby. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. Let's take a look at the Dow futures. See what's happening in the markets tomorrow when the Dow opens up. Is it with us or is it going to tip us? Let's find out what's cracking. The Dow futures down 34 points. Not too bad. They could be down way worse. It's not too bad. Look, I got air tags, and now air tags every 5 seconds everywhere I go because I bought air tags. Apple air tags because I can't find my life. So it's easier for my life to find me. Hey. And let's take a look at Bookmap, the beautiful people over at Bookmap. Time for the Bookmap segment. Every single time on the live stream, we do a nice little Bookmap segment, and we break it down. All right. The Dow futures down 34. Bookmap is preparing to stop. Shout out to everybody here on the live. You know, I purposely didn't do my hair tonight. I could have done my hair. I purposely didn't do it because I was like, I want you guys to see me raw on a Sunday night, day after my birthday, hanging with my family, had a family day, still was in the charts, still was updating the group, still worked my butt off in the group, still made sure I had an iPad Pro with me. And I was only with my family for like 4 hours throughout the day. And then I came home and I was in the charts again, keeping it real every single day. Watching some of the neighborhood kids, making sure everyone was safe as they play and run around. Let's take a look here. Ooh, let's take a look here. Too loud. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin and see what it's doing on Bookmap. This is the order book for Bookmap. Trying to kind of show what may be happening, where they're trying to load up. They got 42,100. They got 42K. Not a lot of orders, though. All the orders are right around here. Usually suggests maybe they don't go lower, but sometimes they FUD it out like they got it here, and then they pull the floor out, and they got more orders they come with way down here. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's a big order at 41,700. Look at that. 165 Bitcoin, 132 Bitcoin, 98, 236, 290. Wow. So it's likely we could be going lower to 40,000 because they got a huge order down there that it looks like they want to fill. So I wouldn't be surprised if we went down to 41,800, broke that 42 support. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 40,800, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 39,750. Like, usually when they get us good, you know, so why don't they get us pinned? And look, no more big sell orders up here like we used to see, the 55, the 45. We don't see them around now. Biggest order there is 45,000. We'll open it back up. 42,400. And if you do it by the hundreds, yeah, I mean, next big order there, 43,008. Nothing really going. I mean, they're either trapping the price below 3,000, 43K, right? Interesting. Not a lot of information on the order book as you usually get. You know, a little scant. Almost like they're kind of like they don't want to give away too much information right now. They're hiding their ideas. We really can't see as much as what they're doing on this Sunday night. Volatility. However, we do see that there's a lot of load up between the 40,800 and the 41,800 level. So that's where all the liquidity does lie. Most of it is right here between 41.6 and 41,900. What is Bookmap? Bookmaps is where you can see where the whales and giant people, even just guys with a lot of Bitcoin, are placing themselves on the order book. And this is a perpetual. We can see Binance futures, Bybit, and OKX. We can see a lot of where the perpetual futures are, where people would probably get liquidated, so you can see that there's a lot of people that may get liquidated down here too as well. A lot of orders in this zone. All right, so just something to think about. Bookmap can present with that extra bit of data, give you a cozy feeling about what's happening in the order book, you know. Links to Bookmap are in the description of my video. Many, many links are in the description of my video. Check it out. They do help the channel. They are referral links that do help the channel. Jump on in if you can. If you need any of these referral links, they will help you. They're all things that I used on my way to glory, right? They help me get where I am in my trading journey. Trading classes, I do classes here, tutoring and classes. Book an appointment with the lifer if you want to be this this Tuesday, in 2 days, I do teach a beginner's course where I go over all the technical analysis stuff that we just went over here today. I talk about the MACD, moving averages, convergence and divergence. I give you so much that you need to know to get started if you really want to jump into crypto and become a boss, or a boss woman, a queen or a king of crypto. Jump on into this course. You'll absolutely love it. Link is in the description below. I teach it amazingly well every single week. I love it. It gives me so much joy to teach it, and I can't wait to teach the next batch of crypto lifers. So jump on in. I can't wait to see you guys there. $100 too. It's not a lot to invest to begin your journey. And all these people are asking for $2,000, $3,000 for you to get started. I ask you for $100. You can get my VOB. If you like it, then you can jump into my trading group and begin to learn more and more. Also link to the book map here and all these awesome links to KuCoin, to BolsaDex, to Binance, to Coinbase. If you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, we both get $10 free. So if you want an extra $10 worth of Bitcoin, use this link. Why not? It helps us both. TradingView as well. 3 commas. I love 3 commas. You saw me buy Bitcoin today with 3 commas. It's a lovely, easy process. I connect all my exchanges to one place. I can see everything that's happening all at once. Kyber Network still going. Ace going up a little bit. Hero Play Coin, Ape up 9%, up back to $12. Interesting. We'll take a look at Ape. Phantom Go, another coin on my radar. And a lot of these coins I do hold. Vulcan Forge back up to $13.99, but it got pounded back down. Happy that I sold my Vulcan Forge. Anyway, yeah, so those are referral links that do help the channel. Just wanted to plug them out so people knew, hey, if you want to help the channel, that's how you can do it. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay. Beginner's course every Tuesday at 3 p.m., last Saturday of every month, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Learn TA and the language of the patterns. 2 hours that are life-changing. Email cryptolifers@gmail. Also, if you want to join my trading group, you can jump on in. We took massive, massive gains the last month. They were absolutely insane. Like, the gains we made in 1 month were insane. You can see this in my Discord server. Join my Discord server today. Formation 5 for 23% from the 5th to the 6th. The 4th to the 5th, 16%. 25% the 4th to the 5th. 4th to the 4th, 15% in 1 day. 4th to the 4th, 30% in 1 day, right? Hive, the 2nd to the 4th, 24% in 2 days. The 2nd to the 3rd, 11% in 24 hours. The 3rd to the 3rd in 1 day. BPro, 18% gains. March 27th to the 3rd, that's 4 days, 52%. This is another 10 days, 51% in 10 days. This one was 5 days, 77% for Wild. Waves banged on them, yeah. VeChain for 27% gains in 1 day. Look at Vi, 9 days, 129% gains. Tower, 17% gains in 5 days. This in 11 days, 34% gains. This in 2 days, 39% gains for PYR. Vulcan Forge. OPCT, Opacity, 26th to the 27th, 16% gains. Maple, from 1 month, we made it in 132% gains for Maple. Big one there. Mnet, the 24th to the 26th of March, 54% gains. The 10th to the 29th, 97% gains for IXS. FKX, Fort Knoxter, 5 days, 46% gains. The 27th to the 28th, 34% gains. Ergo, 27% gains from the 29th to the 30th. And the list just keeps going on, and gain after gain after gain after gain, my friends. And you can't do that without working your complete butt off. Ubix looks like it could break out to the upside on this 1 hour shoulder, head and a shoulder there. I'll be watching Ubix for a move. All right. Let's take a look at the show here. When we look at the show, it's we see what's happening in the space, right? Total market cap, right? $1.92 trillion. Let's take a look. We Bart Simpson head right there, and we broke to the downside. We had the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. We dumped. Clever Finance actually looks like that, so just something to think about. Doesn't mean it's going to pump guaranteed, but it does show the strength, though. Now we got our levels to hold. This level must hold. We talk about this, and right now it is holding at $1.92 trillion. I'd like to see that level hold on that daily time frame. That level holds, we can get a bounce. Look, previous resistance there. So that's where we want to get the previous resistance for the bounce off the entire market cap. What is total? The entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. $1.92 trillion. We did get to the high here and got rejected at $2.1 trillion. I'd like to see this hold and boom to the upside. When we look at the daily, you can see it was in this beautiful pennant. See, this nice pennant here. And we did break out. We're now retesting this zone. I don't want to see us break back into this pennant, and I don't want to see us break this resistance area the support zone. I'd like to see the support zone hold at $1.92 trillion, $1.9 trillion, right? We looked at the Dow futures. Let's take a look at them one more time. Did they bounce back worse or harder? They're actually down a little worse, down negative 68. Dow futures struggling a little bit. Housing market looks like it could be suffering a little bit as, you know, you can see the inventory is lacking. People just cannot buy houses and everyone wants to sell. More and more people are trying to take advantage of the prices. And when that happens is too many houses go on the market. When too many houses go on the market, it basically adds to the inventory. The supply becomes just too much. And when there's too much supply and not enough people to buy it, the prices begin to collapse. Too many people are trying to get off. It's too good to be true. Too many people see the inflation numbers and it pumped their houses up. The smart people just sold their house like a month ago, 2 months ago. Right when it happened, if you made your move, you had to make the move. Right when you saw it, you're like, this is time to get out. Bang. And honestly, my buddy just sold his house for like 2.5 mil. I mean, what a move he made, you know. He's going to end up getting 2 or 3 homes in a couple months, I believe. I believe into the summer months, there's going to be, I think we'll get some lower prices into the housing market, but no guarantees, but that's what I'm looking at here coming forward. Total 3 could be breaking up to the upside on the daily. It is also holding a support zone. Previous resistance right there at 732. Remember, we broke above 723. That was what we needed. I don't want to see us break back below the 736 region. The altcoins need to hold above this to remain bullish. I want to see us, if we start getting lower than this and we test 687, then we're testing 621, we're back in the pattern, and this rally was just a false rally, and I would even omit that. And so that's why we take what we can, all right? You have your long-term bags, but you should always be I believe there always should be a swing trading bag open. Right now, I'm tethered up heavy right now. I've been tethered up for the last few days. I got a few little trades open, but I'm mostly tethered up in my swing bag. You know, I tethered up on Friday, Saturday night, and I'm waiting for more opportunities in a better environment. I have alerts going off, keeping me on top, building a routine, building confidence. Thanks, lifers. Matt Lane, that's how you have to do it, my friend. Waiting to buy a house myself. Waiting for the dump. You buy what you rent, and you rent where you live, and you buy what you rent. So, like, first thing I would ever buy is a rental property that I would rent to somebody else. Okay, I would never buy my first home ever. And I would try to buy like a 14-unit, 16-unit home. I'd try to buy 16 units because 16 units, maybe you can get a 25% vacancy and still cover the mortgage. So a 16-unit apartment complex is really what you should be looking at if you can get into a group of people, in my opinion, is the best thing you can start your investing with because it can float you. It can float you with enough cash flow to get you to the next property. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm a firm believer. You should rent where you live and you should buy what you want to rent to other people. All right, a house is a liability. It's horrible. If it doesn't make you any cash, to me, it's a liability. It's something you do not want. You can get liabilities once you have enough assets to cover the liabilities. So you can buy a house and live in one once you own enough rental properties that double up, triple up, and pay you to live in the house that you're living in. But me, as a business decision, I can't move into a house if it's the one thing that's draining me. Okay? Straight up. Like, I will rent. Like, right now, I am renting. I don't own the house I live in. I'll make it very clear to everybody. I rent the home. I could own it. I choose not to. I rent the home. Okay? I rent the home. All right? This is all Grant Cardone stuff, too, man. I studied Grant Cardone for a long time. Not a huge fan because he's a Scientologist, and it's a little creepy. But, no, he is. Because one day I, answered one of his ads. He was like, do you have any problems? You know, I help, blah, blah, blah. Can I help you mentally? And I thought it was really, and I was soft. I was going through a tough time or something. So I answered the ad and I was like, yeah, and I wrote some things and I got a call from Scientology. So his YouTube channel is literally like a shill for Scientology and he will come get you. Like, it's kind of creepy. I'm going to stop talking about it because they're like a mafia. Anyway. Yeah, but if you didn't know, Grant Cardone is a Scientologist, and if you get involved with him or do anything with him, he'll eventually try to get you into Scientology. And a lot of his money and a lot of his pizzazz is coming from behind the scenes. It's pretty creepy. Anyway, I found that out the hard way when my phone got rung by a Scientologist and they harassed me for a week because I, wrote back on a Grant Cardone ad that had nothing to do with Scientology too. It just said, hey, I could help you if you need some education with your mind. Everyone needs mental help and, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, man, maybe. And I thought it was like a life coach mental class of elitist entrepreneurship or something. Like, next thing you know, I'm getting harassed by Scientologists. I'm like, this is crazy. So, with a grain of salt, yet there are some great things Grant Cardone says. Like he always says, not drinking alcohol is bad. Get rid of it. Move on. Do something different with your life. There's a lot of good things that he says. A lot of really good things that he says. So you can learn from anybody. You just don't have to listen to everything they say. Take apart some of their things and move on. You know what I'm saying? Find out for yourself where the truth lies, and you can pick apart what information speaks to you. Okay, what may be truthful to me may not be truthful to you, and vice versa. You know, like what I found to be right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too deep into it. So we're going to leave Bitcoin here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin before we jump out of here for the night. 9:44. About to jump out of here for the night. 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. every single Sunday night for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. So we broke down. This is definitely a big zone of support and resistance that we're going to. This is resistance. We're going to have a tough time getting back above this zone. So this is our resistance point that we're going to have an issue with, right? KDA and KuCoin chart, 4 hour, please. Indian kitchen. We'll take a look at that, my man. Lifer, talk about UFOs. Well, they're USOs. Unidentified submerged objects. Want to rent out my complex or Airbnb. I own multiple rental properties. Its money and tax advantages are great. See? There is no market like crypto market. Don't think stocks or real estate could ever give the gains that crypto gives us. I know, but it's nice to hold something physical. Like at one point, I know I could 10x more in another investment, but I just want to have physical stuff. I just want to be like, I want to drive by something and be like, that's mine. I own that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. Like, instead of being like, that's my bag of crypto. Check it out. It's in my phone. You know, like, I just want to own property. I want to own a farm. I want to own things that I can physically see and touch. You know, I'm ready. I'm 40 years old. I'm ready to manifest some of my investments into reality. 2022 is the year where I will be doing that, and I know it. I'm going to actualize it into reality. So far, this ain't too bad. We could say that we hit support and we're bouncing, you know, pretty strong support here. We have a bit of a chop zone that we're bouncing off. Another level of support that we bounced right there. We wicked right to it off of 41,700. So we already hit the 41,000 zone. However, I mean, this is a downtrend, everybody. Like, here we started some goodness. Like, things were going well. Looks like Bitcoin was trying to break its way on out, and we're making our movement. But now we got this resistance, and here's our next zone. So if we break this, highly likely we drop quickly to 40,800. We break that, highly likely we come back down to 40,161. And then again, like this chop, 39,000. I mean, there's a lot of levels to go through. So whoever just says we're going to 30K, I love that. Or we're going to 20K, all that stuff. And again, like someone saw me today, 17K, and that's probably why. But I was just showing them the measured move on the bigger time frame. I wasn't trying to be like a bear boy. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, this is guaranteed, you know? I was just showing the idea. Every time, no one knows the context you're in when you're doing TA. So, you know, this is definitely a falling wedge. Looks like we'll break back to the upside, back to the downside before this thing breaks on out. Struggling, right? But it does eventually have a trajectory to the upside, 45,800. Looks like we can come up here, get rejected by 42.8, come back down and do a double bottom or a bounce off 41,008. Definitely something that could be occurring. So we're going to watch Bitcoin closely. This is my last kind of word on it. If it breaks this level, look for it to kind of challenge the 40,800. If it breaks that level, look for it to challenge 40K. Hopefully, that'll get us to tomorrow morning, and I don't have to gut too much more than that. And we want to see a bounce. Do I see anything happening now in the short term? Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Well, right now, the 1 hour needs to bounce back. Like V-shaped recovery is the only thing I'm saying. Like I threw a half bit of a right shoulder, a bit of a head. I'd like to see if we can kind of bounce back up and possibly make an inverted head and shoulder here. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. That's not looking too nice. That's an M pattern, and we're about to roll over, and we didn't make a previous high. That usually means you're going to roll over. I have to be honest, like, you could take that as an ascending triangle like this. Hold on. Look at this. This is not a good sign, everybody. This is actually pretty scary. Not scary. It shouldn't be scary because we can make money on the downside. But, you know, for long-term Bitcoin holders right now, it's a tough night. That definitely wants to dump. And that's the 15-minute, and that's suggesting a measured move. Let's see here. Good thing we went back to Bitcoin because this is like Yeah, I mean, that's going to bring me right to that point that I just drew, 40,700. Looks like we're going to wake up tomorrow with that dump to the downside. Why? I mean, right now, the 15-minute wants to dump on us pretty hard. And we didn't break the previous high, so, like, that's a dump. Okay? However, the 1 hour is trying to hold us, but, you know, you could just do something like this and continue the dump. Let's see what happens on this 15. Let's see how bad this 15-minute dump is. It could stop here and go sideways. Anything is possible. Let's look at there's a 7-minute or 15-minute trying to save us. 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute. Not too shabby there. I mean, not too good. Not the best. And look, that is an M. See M? An M pattern. And you didn't, I mean, 2M. I mean, that's a double top right there. I don't like that. That's a bearish pattern. So tonight, again, that's why it's highly volatile tonight, because you don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. Like, there's no, like, you know, last night it was a little easier. Rising wedge dropped to the downside. This is a little sketchier. Like, we could hold and bounce. At the same time, we wicked up and we got rejected when the 15-minute got up. Would have been nice if the 15-minute raised us back up above this zone here, above 42K. So right now we're at 42,000. We're holding 42K, but really that's psychological support too. Everybody knows 42K. That was the previous high of that real previous all-time high of Bitcoin. That's a level to watch. We're playing games at 42K. So right now it's pretty sketchy. I have to be honest. When I can't fully show you, like last night was a lot easier. Even this morning a little easier. Right now, it's like, well, 68% chance we're dumping down to 40,000. It's more likely we go to 40,800 than anything else. All right. Everybody, that is your crypto night. We got you ready for tomorrow. We'll take a look at the dollar index too as well. And the dollar index breaking up to the upside. It broke through resistance as well. We talked about this banging on them, and it did just that. Formed this flag and did break up. It showed some bearish divergence, but right now, showing some bearish divergence now. Could it get rejected to the downside? We hope so. Overbought on the daily time frame where Bitcoin's oversold, showing that Bitcoin throughout the week. So we might struggle Monday, Tuesday, but this is showing that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we should see some big movement for Bitcoin back to the upside. But that's what it's showing. That's what it's showing. All right, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Are we going to have fun with the alts? And look, that why alts pumped again, right? But now we double bottomed here. Bitcoin dominance saying, hey, maybe I'm going to hold off here and not dump on you. Daily wants to pump to the upside too as well. So I'd watch that closely for Bitcoin dominance. However, I got it on the weekly, and I show you on the weekly, this thing wants to roll over and dump on us huge. Let's see how much lower we can go. The weekly's getting started. That would be alt season, baby, if we could get a real nice dump there. So we're going to be watching that very, very closely for each and every one of you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for loving cryptocurrency. Thank you for being a cryptocurrency enthusiast. Thank you for loving Bitcoin. Thank you for finding your financial freedom through your own terms. Thank you for being your own bank and helping other people bank the unbanked. I appreciate each and every one of you for showing signs of life every single day, hitting that like button, doing the jumping jacks, getting it going. If you hit that like button, you have good karma tonight. You're on your way. If you didn't hit that like button, I gotta say it's probably not a good look, but it is what it is. You made your bed. You're gonna have to lie in it. Let's take a look at HAV still moving a little bit. We talked about that. Lawn moving up a little bit. We did discuss that as well. Let's see here. Oh, Lawn's hard, huh? They're going to play games. Look at Lawn did break out to the upside since we first suggested it at the beginning of the live stream about an hour, 2 hours ago. Quite interesting, right? For Lawn. Clever Finance. Look, it did break up a little more. Not too shabby, but it did break up a little more. Interesting. Why is that up there? That should be back down there. I feel like some of my things moved on me. Anyway. Remember what we went over? Try to write it down. Remember, I would have a notepad if you watch my live stream, and I would have it written down. If you're not in the trading group, it's going to be really hard to keep track of what we're doing. All right, everybody. I gave you everything my brain has to offer tonight without holding back, and I'll do it every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in with the Crypto Lifer. I'll see you all tomorrow on the next live stream. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love you all. Be safe. Thank you for everything. You help me get where I'm going every single day, and I appreciate it. Gratitude is the attitude. I'll see you tomorrow on the next live. Monday morning, ready to go. 10 a.m. as we get through these volatile days. Peace. Crypto is life.